What's up, ladies and gents? Casey here. Welcome back. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome to my lovely kitchen. So today I'm going to be walking you through one of my favorite post-workout smoothies that I make almost every time I'm done with a workout. Tag along with me. Let's make something delicious. All right, let's get started. Should we get started? First of all, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button below if you want to see some excellent workouts and some incredible smoothies like this. You won't regret it. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the type of protein I use, some of the fruits and vegetables and the powders, some of the spices I like to throw in, and full disclosure, I am not with any of these brands. I'm not sitting here and endorsing any of these brands. These are just ingredients that I've liked to use for the last couple of years and I've seen that are the most effective after a tremendous and exhausting workout and things that are great for recovery. This isn't the ultimate smoothie that you have to have after a workout. You might have created your own ultimate smoothie and maybe use different ingredients that I'm going to show you today. And I would love for you to throw those in the comments. I want to hear from you guys and see what you guys are using. But these are the ones that I've used for years and ones I really enjoy. So no right answer for this at all. These are just things I like to blend up together, and let's get started. Okay, so first what I use for a blender is, in this household we use a NutriBullet, and it comes with these two different size cups. I know a lot of you I know especially in this time we might be at home, but for those of you that have to drive to work or maybe take your kids to school in the morning and you're on the go after a workout, you don't have time to go blend it, put it in a cup, and go run to your car. The NutriBullet is fantastic because all you do is you fill everything up in this one large cup. You put the lid on, you screw it, you blend it up, you're on the go. You can go wash it after work or after you're done with your errands. It's fantastic. And so any of these things that I'm going to talk about today, if you want to check them out, I'm going to throw them in the details below and give you a link. I usually buy all this stuff on Amazon because it's the best price and I can get them within 2 days. So I'll give you a link to all these things I talk about today in the details below this video, and I highly recommend them. And again, maybe you already have this stuff, maybe you don't, but it's on you. All right, so NutriBullet's great. We've been using it for the last year. I almost use it every single day. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, getting into the protein I like to use. So I don't use a whey protein. I've been using a plant-based protein for the last couple of years, and I've tried a lot of different plant-based proteins, and the one I've really enjoyed the most is Vega One. It's an excellent brand. One thing I like about this brand so much is, we're busy, depending on your diet, maybe you don't have enough vegetables in your diet. This actually comes with greens in each serving. It has broccoli, it has spinach, it has alfalfa grass, it has kale. It's fantastic. So with each scoop, it's 20 grams of protein, and each scoop has 2 servings of greens. So it's fantastic. So maybe you don't have enough greens in your diet, and maybe you can just get it from this protein alone. It's excellent. This particular brand comes in so many flavors. I use vanilla because I'm a huge vanilla fan. Vanilla ice cream, where my vanilla ice cream fans at? I think it comes in chocolate, maybe it's like a coffee flavor. There's a bunch, but I'll put this in the link, in a link below. And also, so this particular brand is just the protein and greens. There is a sport version that comes in a black tube, and it has about 30 grams of protein per scoop. Highly recommend that. Usually this container, this is about 27 ounces. This will last about a month, depending on how many scoops you use, but buy this on Amazon. I highly recommend it. This is probably one of the best flavored proteins you can get, especially with the plant-based proteins. Some of them can taste a little weird, but highly recommend this. It's great and has greens. So I usually use about a scoop of that in my cup right here. And then I'm gonna go into some of the powders I like to use. So first of all, spirulina. If you haven't heard of spirulina, it is a superfood. It is a blue-green microalgae. And if you've ever seen this, so this comes in about a 6-ounce glass jar here. This will last you over 2 to 3 months. All you need is about a teaspoon of this, but this is absolutely fantastic. There's so many great benefits of this. It boosts your immune system. Some of us that have maybe a lot of fish in our diet, maybe you are a pescatarian, maybe you have a lot of sushi a lot, we build up a lot of mercury in our bodies. So this removes a lot of the toxins and heavy metals that kind of accumulate in our body. This is fantastic. There's a lot of other benefits. It reduces bad cholesterol. It can lower blood pressure for all of you folks that maybe have a little higher blood pressure. This is fantastic. I always get this on Amazon. Again, this will last forever. You can just throw it in your fridge. You only need about a teaspoon of this. So when you scoop it out, you'll see it's like this very fine blue powder, and it kind of tastes like the ocean. That's okay. That's why I blend it up with a lot of other stuff. Highly recommend this stuff. Okay, getting into, I use cacao powder. This is made by Sun Foods. We get this on Amazon. You can get a lot of this stuff at your local grocery store, by the way, too. I like to just get this online because I can get it very quick, and it's usually the best price. This cacao powder comes in about a 8-ounce resealable bag. I use about a tablespoon of this in my smoothies, but there's so many great benefits of this. It actually boosts a lot of great effects for your brain. A lot of great vitamins. It has potassium, magnesium, iron, copper, a lot of great elements for this, but this is a brain boosting powder that I love to throw in. Maybe you don't want it in your smoothie, maybe you like to throw in your coffee, but I highly recommend this. And again, this will last probably about a month, depending on like how much you like to throw in. It's all up to you. Okay, usually next thing, I like to use a nut butter or some type of seed. Lately, we've been on a big seed kick, and this is flaxseed. So at your local grocery store, you can buy it in the bulk section. Flaxseed comes in these little fine seeds. And what we like to do, I think the best price you can get it is when you get it in bulk and not blend it up. But I like to use a coffee grinder and blend it up, and this will last, geez, I think we got a pound and it's been lasting us 3 or 4 months. But flaxseed has so many great benefits. It's high in omega-3 fatty acids, and high in protein, another great protein source. And I like to use maybe a tablespoon of this, and I just like to reseal it and throw it in the fridge when you're not using it. But again, the seeds and nuts are great in your smoothie. When we're not using flaxseed, I like to use almond butter, but I like to change it up every once in a while. But flaxseed, check it out in your stores. Maybe you have a bulk section in your stores. Highly recommend this stuff, and it's cheap too. Next thing, before we get into the fruits and vegetables, I like to use a little honey on top of my smoothie. There's a lot of great benefits of honey. You might hear of some medicinal methods of honey. You maybe throw it in your teas. I like to use it when you feel like you're starting to get sick, but you can buy organic honey. I like to use raw honey. This is pretty cheap. You can probably get this for $4 or so at your local grocery store, or try to find it online as well. And this will last for a long time. Depending on if you like to throw it in teas or coffee, I usually just use it in my smoothies. It's fantastic. Highly recommend it. Okay, getting into some of the fruits and vegetables. So even though this Vega One protein has some greens, if you use a sport version that has some BCAAs, it doesn't have any greens. So I like to throw in some additional greens to my smoothie. And usually I like to use some superfoods, maybe some kale. This is some kale right here, or some spinach. Kale has so many great benefits, and there's so many vitamins in here. There's vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin A, and maybe you don't like having kale by itself, and you just want to throw in the smoothie so you don't have to just have that kale bitter, almost, it kind of tastes like a rubbery taste, but you can throw this in directly in your smoothie. It'll blend it up pretty fine. If you're into the stem, you can just blend it with the stem. If you're not, you can either cut around the stem and just use the leaves around it, or again, just throw this whole thing in. So you only need a couple pieces in here to really get the benefits of it, but kale is fantastic because it's loaded with vitamins. Highly recommend it. Or use spinach, depending on what you like to use. Organic kale and spinach, absolutely fantastic. All right, getting into some of the fruits I like to use. So usually you use blueberries here. Blueberries is high in antioxidants. You know, we usually like to use this or raspberries, and probably use like 10 to 12 blueberries in your smoothie. I absolutely love them. They taste great. So many great benefits. These are fairly cheap depending on where you get them, but we got these for $2 for $4 at Sprouts that are really close to us, so highly recommend it. Apple, okay, so I like to have this as a snack usually through the day, but usually if I don't have time, I'll throw this into my smoothie as well. Apples are high in fiber, so chop these up. Another great fiber source in your diet. And then I will use a banana too. These are a little green. We just bought them at the store, all right? I don't need to hear them in the comments. Bananas are high in potassium, so it's great for muscle recovery. You only need one. Throw that in. It's absolutely fantastic. Usually let them ripen as much as you can, but if they're a little green, that's okay. All right, and then getting into some of the spices I like to throw in. So one of the best anti-inflammatory spices that I use on a lot of things is cinnamon. Cinnamon is, like I said, one of the best anti-inflammatory spices. Our bodies get inflamed sometimes when we're sick or when we work out all the time, and there's some fantastic benefits in cinnamon. I like to throw it on my coffee, or if I actually do have an apple for a snack, I'll cut this up and throw some cinnamon on here. Again, if I'm on the go and I don't have time to have a snack like that, I'll throw it directly into my smoothie. So highly recommend the cinnamon. We get this at Sprouts. It's pretty cheap in this glass jar, but you can buy it in a resealable bag like this on Amazon. Again, I'll put a link to that in the details here, and absolutely love it. So great benefits with the cinnamon. Last and certainly not least, turmeric. So turmeric has been around for thousands of years. For all my Indian food lovers, turmeric is used all the time in curry. One of the ingredients that's used in turmeric is a thing called curcumin, or curcumin, whatever you like to say. There's so many great benefits of this. It's anti-inflammatory, and research has shown that it's great for the brain and the fight against Alzheimer's. So I love this. Again, if you cook with this before, you might see that if you get it on your hands, it might turn your hands yellow. So I like to stay away from that and put it on a spoon or put it directly into the smoothie. And anything that's going to boost my brain, and depending on what I'm doing throughout the day, this superfood with this cacao powder and turmeric are really going to help, you know, boost that brain. And anything I can take advantage of that, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's about it. And with all these ingredients, again, I like to use water. Depending, you might use some type of milk, maybe almond milk, or just a 2% milk, or a coconut milk. I usually like to have water because it's a vanilla flavor, and I still get that vanilla taste in my smoothie. But whatever you like to blend it with, that's completely okay. Again, guys, these are just things that I like to use, and I like to switch it up. This doesn't mean I'm using this all year round, but this is what I'm using right now. And again, we want to use ingredients that are going to help us in our recovery, especially for those of you that are working out maybe 3 to 5 times a week. We need to take those days to recover. Those muscles need recovery. Anything that we can put in our bodies that's going to help that recovery is super beneficial. And of course, we can get that through a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of these powders, and even some spices like that too. So any of you have questions about this, put them in the comments. I want to hear from you guys and see what you're using in your smoothies, but I'm hoping I can introduce you to some things that you've never tried before. And again, if you're looking to find out where you can buy them, I'm going to put the links below into the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button and share this video to those of you that are, or friends, family that need a workout smoothie, that have no idea what to throw in your body after a workout. So this is key. Try to get this in within 45 minutes of your workout. You'll find the most benefits of that. Even try this maybe before you go to bed. You know, hey, stay healthy, stay hungry.